Hi and welcome everyone to the second Open Learning Basic Workshop. My name is Atika and I will be your lead trainer for today. Joining me on screen today will be my colleague Elena. Say hi, Elena.
Hi
Maybe
everyone.
introduce yourself a bit.
Hi everyone. So I'm Elena. Maybe I can just quickly tell you all a bit about my background. So I'm come from actually a multidisciplinary background, which is consists of psychology, education, and also technology. So to put it more relatable to everyone, if you guys are familiar with Captain Planet, have you all heard of Captain Planet? If no, feel free to Google it. And then you will understand why I use that example because Captain Planet, you tend to combine all the elements from the natural elements from the earth and others. So for myself, I will be harnessing the power of education, technology, and also psychology. So looking forward to, yeah, energy, correct, water, fire, earth, and things like that. So I'll be sharing more about today's session later on. So pass it back to Atika. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Elena. That's Elena. She will be helping me on screen. On screen. So off screen, we also have our team to help us navigate the workshop lah. So feel free to ask any questions during the workshop. So if it's not me, it might be Elena answering your question, and it also could be my wonderful team backstage. All right. Again, thank you for joining me today on another lovely Wednesday morning. I appreciate everyone for taking time off from your busy schedule to join this workshop. Before we start, I would like to mention that this session will be recorded for future use and will be made available in the course for you to watch anytime as a refresher. Um, Also, as you might know, this workshop is part of a workshop series which are coming up in the coming months. For this workshop, you will start building your online course on Open Learning. This workshop is also part of the Open Learning Certified Ambassador Program. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Let's see. Share sound. Um, share. Okay. So there are actually 5 workshops for this program, and there are 3 badges for you to collect. So when you complete the first 3 workshop, which is course structure, course design, and course activities, you will get the course designer badge. For the 4th workshop, which is designing assessment, you will get the assessment designer badge. And finally, the 5th workshop, you will receive the course facilitator badge. But only by joining and actively participating, which means that you have to submit all your works. In all 5 workshops, you will be certified with the ambassador certificate. Okay, so this is somewhat of how it looks like, but it's not. We'll make it more nice looking. uh, so um, this program, the ambassador program, was created because we have identified that a lot of course creators on Open Learning doesn't just learn the tips and tricks for themselves, but also teach others in their community. So we value your passion and determination to teach others on how to create uh, courses on Open Learning. So we wanted to acknowledge this. This is why we open up this workshop series for free and let you get certified for free, because we want to create a larger community of online creators. This is not just for Open Learning, but for any other platform as well, because we're also showing you tips and tricks on online learning environment, not just for Open Learning platform. So, and also by having this, we'd like to acknowledge the learning designers of the online community. Hence, the program was created. So by being an Open Learning ambassador, it lets you be part of a network community with other course designers such as yourself. By being an Open Learning ambassador, our first point of reference for future trainings, webinars, or workshops are the ambassadors. We would always, always love to have you collaborate with us. So you can find out more about this program, the ambassador program, on this page. Um, my colleagues will be sharing the link to this page in the comment box for if you want to know more about this program. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm just gonna take a moment for you to digest the information first. Okay. So before we start, I also hope that everyone have joined our second basic workshop as second course. This course, um, because we will be using this course as part of the workshop. Okay, so this workshop is a blended workshop. Therefore, you need to join and participate in the activities in this course in order to complete this workshop. So you will also need to have an active or trial Open Learning Educator account, as you will be creating your own course during this workshop. But if you plan to just watch and learn, you can do so as well. It's okay to do it so, but we encourage you to participate in the activities so that you get to do this on your own. Okay. So to join this workshop, sorry, to join this course, you can just sign up for an Open Learning account, or if you already have one, you can just log in. Then on this landing page, you can just click the join now button, for you to join the course. Okay. The link for this course will also be given in the chat box if you haven't joined in yet. All right. So I'm going to give you a minute to join the course if you haven't joined it yet. All right. Let me see. All right. Thanks, Elena, for sharing their link.
Sure thing.
All right. I'm just giving you guys a minute. Okay. There's a question by Hari Krishnan. Sorry. What's the difference between educator trial version and actual version? So there's actually no difference between the trial version and the actual version. the the trial version just lets you try it out for a month. Um, so that but if you so you won't be charged on for that month. So if you have already subscribed, you will get to use it based on your subscription plan lah. But if it's a trial version, it's only free for the first month. That's a trial version, but it's still the same as the subscription plan. There's no difference to it at all. So you can use the trial version if you want to try it out. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, I think most of you guys are already in. So I am going to start. All right. Okay. So for the 100th time, welcome to the Open Learning Basics. Uh, Open Learning Basics 2, which is to start building your online course. So this course is the hub for your online workshop where you can connect with workshop participants from all around the world, discuss and complete fun and meaningful activities. Right? By the end of this workshop, we hope you are able to create a course on Open Learning platform, create modules and pages based on your course plan, and use the Open Learning authoring tools to develop your course contents. So by the end of this workshop, you will have developed part of your online course on the platform. Okay. So before we dive into the activities and the contents, I just have a few things that you need to do. So I just first thing is I wanted to mention about portfolios. So this course use portfolios. So portfolios are a digital showcase of your coursework and achievements. Portfolios are auto-generated, which means after you complete a share activity, you share your shared artifacts or submissions will appear on your profile. So uh, most by default, all by default, your answers will be on your portfolios unless the admin has set it not to show it up. So you can also manage your artifacts on your profile. So if you go into your profile here, my profile, and then you can see here there is a section under portfolio. So it showcases all of your artifacts in all of the courses that you have. This works like your e-portfolio lah. So as you can see that a lot of the submissions, all of my submissions from all of the workshops that I have joined will be shown here. But if you feel like some of it you don't want to showcase it, you can manage your portfolios to hide some of the ones that you don't want to show, right? So that is portfolios. So be mindful of what you post on the platform. And then the second one is setting up your profile. So it is very important to have a personalized profile page, not just updating your profile picture, but also your name. So I hope for those who are joining, please use your real name because this will be reflected on your badges and certificate. So your name, your username should be your full name so that it's reflected properly in the certificate. Okay, so make sure you're using your own account as well. All right, now the third part is we're gonna have an ice breaking activity. So to get us started, we're gonna play this activity. Play real or unicorn. So I want you to introduce yourself in the comment section below under here, and include 3 education related experience that you have. 2 of it are real and 1 is made up, which is the unicorn. So this is an example that I have. This is me. This is my 3 education related experience, but one of it is a lie. It's a unicorn. So I want you to guess which one it is. So the first is post your own, post your own introduction and 3 educated related experience. And then once you have posted yours, I want you to go into other people's posts and find out which one is a unicorn. Try to guess as much as you can, so that you get to know everybody, slightly everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna give you maybe 3 minutes for you to do this. So just do this introduction activity. Post your introduction. Introduce yourself. What's who you are, and then who you are, where you're from, and then put in your 3 education related experience along with it, right? And then once you're done, once you've posted your answer, find out the unicorn for other people's posting, right? So 3 minutes. Let's do this. I'm just gonna post this one because this is actually mine. So I'm gonna see if you guys know which one is my unicorn. Okay, so I'm gonna for those who haven't posted your answer, your introduction yet, feel free to do so. For those who are done, look at others and try to guess which one are their unicorn. Okay. All right. So you can keep going with this. I'm going to go to the next page. All right. So let's start with our. Let's truly start with our workshop for today. Okay. I am going to the Let's Chart tab and the module 0, getting started. Okay. So if you're following me on the course, this is where you can find the next page that I'm going. All right. So this is just a slight recap of what the previous workshop is. So the previous workshop, we looked into designing designing your course, which is mainly your cost plan. So the cost plan, basically structuring your cost is the first step in building your cost. It helps you to plan out the structure of your course before you create them online. This will help the course design later on, which is what we are doing today. This is the stage where you take a look at all of your content, ideas, and start grouping them together into modules in a logical manner so that they form a flowing sequence of lessons. So, in the previous workshop, you have learned how to develop the course structure for the online learning environment. But don't worry if you miss it, you can still join the workshop course, watch the recorded webinar, and participate in the activities. For this workshop, you will learn how to develop an online course on OpenLearning. So get your course plan that you have constructed earlier ready with you. I have actually given my comments to those who have submitted in the previous workshop. So you can take a look at it, update your course plan, and use it for this workshop. But for those who are not part of the previous workshop or didn't have a course plan with you right now, we actually have prepared some sample contents and course plan so that you can participate along with us. So if you have your own course plan, you can choose one of the topics that we have here and download the course plan and contents document. This is only if you don't have your own course plan, okay? So you can choose either topic 1, 2, or 3, where topic 1 is building paper airplanes, topic 2 is introduction to programming using Scratch, and topic 3 is staying safe online for parents. Okay, so just click on this icon to download the course plan and also the course content. Okay, so these two are what you need today. Today in order to create your course. If you have your own course plan and course content, use yours. Right? Okay. All right. We're gonna go to the next page, which is module 1. Set your course name and URL. All right. So now we are going to create your own course. We're going to start with creating your own course. So please uh, watch me first before doing it on your own laptop. Okay, so as soon as you log in your OpenLearning account, you will see this screen. So I want you to scroll down until you see the footer section. So this is the homepage of openlearning.com. So once you logged in, you'll be seeing the screen. So scroll down until the end, until you see the footer section. And then under here on the middle footer, you see create a course. So you just click that. Okay. So once you click the create a course button, it will lead you to this page. So this is the create a course page. So normally it will have only two if you are on personal plan. So if you are on institution plan, you have three tabs. All right. So don't worry if you have two. So this is only so for those who have not subscribed to our trial or have an educator account, feel free to sign up for it. But if you already do, you can put in your course name. So, for example, I'm gonna put in English literature. So English literature here, you'll see that the course URL will be automatically put in, but the URL is already taken here. As you can see that there's the X here. It means that it has been taken. You don't need to change the course name. You can just change the course URL if you need to. Let me use elit maybe. Okay, elit. So looks like the name elit is not taken. I'm gonna also put my name for the purpose of this workshop. Please put in your name so that you can use this at the back of the URL, so that you can use this uh, course that you have created as a trial, as a playground for you to test and use your test around the platform. Okay. All right. Please, you don't need to put in the institution, even if you have. You don't need to put this in, and just then click create a course. All right. Uh, I'm not going to create a new course, but for everyone else, you can feel free to do so. All right. So a note of cautious here. Uh, the for the URL, it is automatically generated, as I mentioned. But if you would like to edit the URL, you can still do so before you click the create button. Once you have clicked the create button, you cannot change the URL. The course name can be changed, but the URL, you cannot change it anymore. Okay? All right. So that remember that that's why I mentioned that please put in your name at the back so that the URL that you wanted is not yet taken. All right. Okay. All right. So now I want you to create your own course. So what you need to do is, as I mentioned in the steps above, go to the open a new tab. Open a new tab. Go to the OpenLearning homepage, which is www.openlearning.com. Go to the end of the page and find create a course button. Then once you are in the create a course page, create your course that you have chosen. You need to type in the course name, and maybe if the course name is too long, you can change it and put in your name at the end so that the URL is not taken yet for your real purpose. Okay. Um, and once you're done, you can share your course link below. All right. I hope I'm making sense to you guys. All right. So I'm gonna give you 3 minutes for you to create your course. All right. Uh, Okay. So if you have any questions on how to create a course, just let me know in the chat box.
Hi, Abhika.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's a question from Anita. She is asking where do she need to click in order to create a new course? So perhaps you would like to show it again on the
Ah,
screen.
okay. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. I see that Chandru is also typing an answer. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, good job, Anita.
I haven't done anything yet, but for those who might missed it as well, I'm gonna show it again. Go to openlearning.com. This is the Open Learning homepage. Open a new tab. Please don't close the workshop tab so that you have two tabs side by side. Okay. Okay. So you can open a new tab and then go to the end of the page of the Open Learning page, and then click at the footer note. In the middle footer, at the end, you can see Create a Course button. Just click Create a Course. Then you'll see this page. So you don't for those who are on personal plan, you won't have this third bar. But yeah, it's still the same because you'll not be using it for today, for even if you have it. So just leave it blank. Okay. All right. So just put in your course name, English Lit, for example, English 1. You can change this, Lit 1. And then once it says that the URL is okay to use, you can just click create a course. Okay. All right. Once you have created a course, share your link in the page. Not sure if it's me. Okay, I see that a few of you have already done it. Oh, looks like you already done your course. Done. Okay. Mobile radio propagation, intercultural communication, interview skills. Okay. Okay. Okay, I am going to the next page, all right? If you have any problems, feel free to let us know in the chat box. Okay, so I'm going to the next page, which is add your learning outcomes to your course. So now that you have created your course, let's start from the first thing that you need to do. So in OpenLearning, you can set up learning outcomes and its tags. Outcome tags are shortened versions of the outcomes, which I will actually explain this later on how to tag your activities during the widget session. So the reason why outcome learning outcome is most important in creating your course is because our platform is constructed based on outcome based. Our platform is constructed on outcome based learning. All right. So this is the first thing that you need to do. So how you set up your outcomes for the first part is uh, in your own course, not this course. In your own course, you will see a course setup, but course setup button, and then you'll see the second one is outcome. Just click on it, and it will lead you to the outcome page. So on that page, you will have course objectives and learning outcomes. So I'm going to show you in here. So course setup, outcomes. Okay. All right. So it should be blank over here, but I have my outcome set in. So if you already have your course objective, please put in your course objective. And then your learning outcome, put in your learning outcome. So this is just one outcome per tab, okay? Per bar. So put in your first outcome and then put in the outcome tags. So the outcome tags is the shortened tags for your outcome. So this my shortened text is apply design elements. All right. So the full thing is apply the graphic design elements to produce effective designs in Photoshop and Illustrator. But the shortened version is this, and I know what it meant already. All right. So you need to have an outcome text. Outcome text cannot have a space. So even if you try to have space, it won't let you. Okay. All right. So just put in your outcomes and the outcome tags. Once you if you want to put in more, just click add outcome. Right? Just one outcome per bar. Okay. Okay. Once you have put in your outcome, just click save. All right. So now 3 minutes for you to do that. I know that's very, very fast to do. Once you have done, you can just click I've done this. Right. I am going to show you again how it works. So in your own course, the one that you have just created, go to course setup, click on it, and you will see the outcome button. Outcome. Okay. Once you are in the page, just put in your course objective and learning outcome. And then put in your outcome tags. If you want to add more, just click add outcome. Once you're done, just click save. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think we've got that. I think most of you have set up your outcome, right? Okay. I am going to the next page now. You can click the next button, which is at the end of this page, but I'm just using this so that you can see where I'm clicking it, where I'm at. All right. So I am going to the next page, which is craft your course landing page. So now that you have your course outcome, you can start crafting your course landing page. So with a course landing page, you can start collecting enrollments even before you have not finished before you have finished building your course and structuring your contents. So it is the first connection that you have with your students, and is the place for you to market your course to potential learners. So this a landing page helps you to pre-sell your course and build up a group of learners who will begin the course at the same time. So like how you all see the landing page that I have shown before you join, uh, we will be doing the same thing. Some of you guys actually joined the course early on uh, before the workshop even started. So that's how but the course was set to start on today only. So even if you click join now, like yesterday or 2 weeks before, you can only join it today. You can only enroll in the course today because I have set the course to open today. So that's the use of the landing page. You can pre-sell your course, showcase what your course have, set your learning outcomes, showcase your educators, the testimonials and everything. That's where you put in all the information. So information on the course landing page should be written in a way that is engaging, enticing, and provide students with the key details that they need to know before they enroll. So you may include a course summary, your learning outcome, and an overview of your modules. The more interesting and enticing the design is, the bigger chance you have of boosting students' enrollments. There is also a space for either a course promo image or videos. So if you have an image or video ready, you can use it in the landing page. Make sure this is enticing and captures potential learners' interest. So this works really well for those who are planning to sell your course, pre-sell your course as well, so that all the information are there. The learners can know what to expect before joining the course, and uh, they can maybe ask you questions before they join. So you can put in all of those information in the landing page. Okay. Oops. So there are a few things you need to do before setting up your landing page. So first is before we go to the landing page part, first you need to set up the cost of the cost for your course. Okay. So if your course is a paid course, you need to set up the cost. So how to do this is go to cost setup and click general. And then under general, there is a class setting. So you can choose it from the one of the options shown in the pop-up. Okay, so I'm going to show you in the page. So in your course, there's a cost in the cost setup. Go to general. Okay, and when you scroll down a bit, you will see classes in your course, right? So if you don't plan to use a lot of class or create a new class, you can just use the existing one. Click edit, and you can edit the class name and then set the enrollment cost. So this, we're looking at cost first. So if your course is a paid course, click paid, and you can put in your price. You can choose the currency type and put in your price here. Okay, so that is how you put in your cost, your price for your course. Okay. God. Okay. And then once you have set up the enrollment cost, you can just click save. All right. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep it free. And then once you have your course, your price for your course, you can also set the access time. So here, it already have a button for you to click. But if you're not in here, you can just go to course setup. No, sorry, administer learners, and then click timeline. It's not under course setup, all right, guys? Sorry. It's under administer learners and then timeline. Okay, so then you will have class access time. So to set up your start date, just put in a start date here. So for example, I am going to start this course that I have not done anything yet on Saturday. I can also set the time on when it can open by clicking the time here, and then you can just choose. Maybe I'm gonna put 8 a.m. Right? So, oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. So 11 September 2021, and on 8 a.m. will be the start date for my course. Okay. So now you have two, the price and the start date. You have set that. Okay. And then if you plan to have a certificate, you also can set a certificate beforehand just to enable this. So you can enable the students to receive a free or paid certificate upon 100% completion of the course. So while you can set up a certificate, this is entirely optional. If you don't want to set up certificate, you can as well. But if you want to set up certificate, just go to credentials actually. I'm sorry. Go to credentials and set up. Okay, I'm going to show you on the page. Go to credentials and click setup. Okay, so you can just click OpenLearning PDF certificate and then set if it's free or paid. So if it's paid, you can put in the price as well. All right, and then just click save. So also, if you set it to paid, I would suggest that you have a free course but a paid certificate. This is so that this is usually because students expect that the course will be free to learn, pay to certify. So they can take the course for free, learn everything for free, but if they want the certificate, they have to pay for it. Okay, so my suggestion, if you want to set the certificate for free, make the course if you want to set the certificate for a price, you try to make the course free, right? Okay. All right. Now, that one is just to set up and enable your certificate. You don't need to choose the design just yet. This is so that it will reflect on your landing page. So the three things that I have asked you to set up are the timelines. The first one is the cost, the price of your course. Second one is the start date. And the third one is the certificate. These three will be reflected on your landing page. So before you start crafting your landing page, set these three first. All right. Okay. And then once you have set all three of that, you can then start crafting your landing page. So in order to start adding information in your landing page, you can just go to course setup and click landing page. Okay, let me show you here, course setup, landing page. So here is the landing page. If you have an image or a video, you can put in the image or video. So this one is if you have an image, you can just put in an image over here. There's also a suggested sizing over here. You can see this is the best size that you can use. If you have other sizes, it's no worries. It will resize it to fit the page. Okay, and then if you have a video, it must be a video you online. So you just need to put in the URL of the video. So if you have the video on YouTube, just just copy the URL from YouTube and paste it in here. All right. And then you have your course blurb. So for course blurb, you can put in some aspirational words to describe what students will get out of the course. So this is usually the course hooks that you have created. Previously in the last workshop, you have learned how to create course hooks, right? Learners hooks. So you can put in your course hook in the course blurbs. But if you have any other aspirational words that you want to use, you can put in here. And then you can put in the course introduction and outcome summary. It will also showcase your outcomes that you have set up earlier. And if you have further information, like where the students can contact you, if they need further information, you can put it in here. And also staff information if you have more stuff in your course. Okay. So once you're done, you can just click view landing page, click save first, and then click view landing page to see how it looks like. Okay. So for example, I'm showing this for this course. Okay. Before you join this course, you've seen the landing page, right? So I have a video on my landing page. So I just put in the URL. I've put in the course blurb and the course introduction here. Okay. And then I don't have any other information, but I have other staff information like my team that are part of this course. So once I'm done, I just click save and I can view the landing page by clicking view landing page. So to see how it looks like, right? So this is how it looks like for my course. So I have a start date, duration is flexible, the course is free. I have 54 learners already in the course and all the information are reflected here. The video is here and the information, the course blurb, the information, and the course outcome, and all my teammates in here, right? Also, this part is because this course is part of the institution, so it reflects the institution portal as well, all the FAQs. All right. So if you're on personal plan, it will be up until here. All right. Okay. So now you need to do this for your own course as well, right? So let's craft your own landing page for your course. So what you need to do is choose the enrollment type and cost or price, set the start date, enable the certification option, add a promo image on the landing page, or if you have a video, you can put in a video, add the course objective on the landing page. So once you have done all of that, you can click preview and take a screenshot of the landing page. And then share the screenshot on the space over here, okay? So you can see there's two here, two submissions over here. This is from previous workshop. This is how it will look like. So try to take a screenshot. If you can take a full screenshot, if please feel free to do so. But if it's not, just the top is okay as well. Okay. All right. So I am first going to give you 5 minutes to do this. But if you need more time, we'll see how it goes, right? Okay. All right. Now let's do the activity. Okay. All right, let's go to the next page. Next page, we are starting to develop your course structure and contents. Okay, now I'm going to say this, the fun part. All of it is the fun part, but this is getting to the fun and serious part. All right. Okay. So course structure. Your course content can be arranged into 3 levels, which is module sets, modules, and pages. These 3 terms is very important for you to remember. Module sets, modules, and pages. So think of module sets like it is chapters. Oh, no. No. Like maybe book. Yes. Module sets are book. Modules are the chapters and pages are the topics. Think of it like that. If it makes you think of it easier. So module sets, you have the first part is the module sets, which are a collection of modules. So this is actually an advanced feature, which allows you to add an extra layer of structure to your course. So an example of module sets in this page is this let's start tab. So this is the only tab that have this arrow on the right? So this is an indication it is a module set. Okay, you can have more module sets, not just one. So and after that is modules. So modules are the major topics of your course, which can contain several pages. And then pages are what you can add and arrange contents, media, and activities. So that is where your contents goes in. Okay. So I'm going to show you the 3 different ways to structure your course. You can there's actually no restriction on how you can structure your course and how you want to design it, but I'm just showing you a few options that we usually use for our courses when we design them. Okay, so the first one is structure 1. This is the most basic one. In this option, there's one module set, one module, and multiple pages that represents in the course. So a majority of short courses is using this structure. It allows the participant to go through the flow and topics very easily. So you only have one module sets and one modules where all of the pages are put in. So they don't need to go into different modules. Right. So this is the easiest one. Usually short courses with less than 4 learning hours are using this structure. Okay, the next one is the second structure is by dividing your topics and into modules as shown here. Some courses which are less than 36 hours and academic courses prefer to use this type of structure. So in an academic courses, this structure allows the course creator to rename the modules based on topics or weeks and to set the access time when the modules is ready. So this one helps with structuring if you have timelines and also if you have better structure. So here you can see topic A and topic B. So usually academic courses use this as week 1 and then they put in all the topics for week 1, all the contents, the activities, the resources for week 1. And then week 2, they put in all the contents, activity, resources, quizzes or in week 2. So that's how they structure the contents by week or topics. So this one also helps with access time, where you can set in the access where students can complete the first where you can actually open up the access time for different modules. So if you are doing the first structure, you cannot do this because access time is usually done with modules. So if you set the access time to next week, maybe all of the modules will be locked to next week. Okay. And then there's structure tree. Uh, in this option, there are multiple module sets to represent each of your topics. In each module set, you may set single or multiple module sets as well. Some educators would choose this structure for academic courses, and it shows every topic and subtopic, and let the participants know how many and what are topics in the course will be covering through the semester or cohort. So if you can see here, the module sets are more on the sides, and they have less modules inside of each module sets. So for me, I don't prefer to use this structure because I usually have a lot of modules. So if I'm using this structure, it will look a lot in here, and it will look a bit messy for me. This is just my opinion. It will look a bit messy for me. But I would still use this structure if I'm dividing by resources. Like for example, the first one structure, the first module set is all the contents. The second module sets is for assignments, and third module sets is for resources and guidelines. So you can do that, and it will look a bit more structured and not a lot. So it's all up to you on how you plan your structure. So um, mm, the reason why I'm showing you some options of course structure is that because before designing your online course on the platform, it is important for you to decide how you will be delivering this. Can your students attend any part of the course at any time, or will they require to complete a certain topic in order to continue to the next one? So while structure 1 and 3 allows you to arrange the content the way you like, structure 2 would make it more possible for you to control the pace of the learning journey. Okay. So if you plan to have students follow a pace, like they have to complete the previous module in order to go to the next module, use structure 2. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you steps to create your course structure. Okay. So I am showing you in this page. So to set up your course structure, you go to course setup and find content. I think I already have. Okay. So by default, you will have learning activities as your module sets. You can use this module set. You or if you don't plan to use it, you can create a new module set on your own. So if you plan to create a new module set, just type in a module set here. Contents. I'm just gonna write contents, write content, and click create. And then you'll have a new module set up here. And then under the module sets, make sure that you're in the right tab. You can just add your module. So I'm gonna add topic 1, and I'm gonna keep creating my module first before I put in my page. And then type in topic 3. You can just type in and click here, or type in and just click enter. All right. So that is your modules. You have module sets, modules, and now we're creating a page. So to create a page, just click, um, let's see, design one. So type it in and click enter. So it'll create you the page. You can click create more page here. Design two. All right. So there's no limit on how much pages or module sets that you can create. You can do this on your own, on how you plan your courses. So for example, uh I'm creating more module sets, which is for assignment. Create assignment, enter. Uh, let's just use final activity. Okay. So now you have 3, but if you're not using this, you only have 2 lah. You cannot delete this one. Also, now that you have all your module sets, modules and pages created, you have to know that these 2 are not shown here yet, right? If you can see that the tabs are not shown yet. So contents and assignment are still hidden. So in order for you to make it appear, you go to course setup, go to appearance, and then scroll down a bit and you'll see course navigation. So you'll see the 2 module sets you have just created. In order for you to make it appear, just put in the left tab, left box here, and find where you want it to be. So if I want to put it under announcement, I can put it here and just here. And since I'm not using learning activities, I can just put it on the right to keep it hidden. Okay. So if you're not using anything, just put it on the right. Like if I'm not using gallery, groups, or course feed, I'm just putting it over here. So remember, left is where it's shown, right is where it's hidden. Okay. This is automatically saved. So once you have changed it, it will automatically reflect on the tabs. You don't need to save this, right? Okay. All right. So now that I have shown you that, I want you to do this on your own as well. So you can just follow the steps above to create your course structure for the course plan that you have downloaded or the course plan that you have. And then once you have created your course structure, upload the screenshot of your course structure like the sample here. So if you have the course structure, like for example like this, open up the tabs so that I can see that you have also created the pages as well. And then take a screenshot of this. Okay? All right. Some of you might already know how to put in images. You can put in images, but if not, don't worry about it. I'll show you how to do that on the next page. Okay. All right. So now, would 5 minutes be okay for you to do this? If so, let's try to create your course structure in 5 minutes. You can just create 1 or 2 modules and pages. You don't need to create for the whole course just yet. All right. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat box. So so that we don't waste any more time, let's go to the next page, which is widgets. Okay, for this page, I will let my colleague Elena uh to do this. All right, take it over, Elena.
Thank you, Atika. Yeah, hello again, everyone. For those who joined us or missed out on the introductory part, so I am Elena. Yeah, and I am part of the learning services team. So my position in this team is a learning designer. So now, without further ado, I would like to share my screen. Give me a moment, yeah. All right, so I am now sharing my screen and I'm going to ask the question of, can you see my screen? Okay, so in this page, what I'll be doing is that I will bring you through or walk you through the widgets that we have on the OL platform. So as you scroll down further, you can see this part here, but I'll be using this to show you. Okay, so that it's much more clearer and you know where to look at. Before I start, I would just like to mention that if all of you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the Q&A box or the chat box, and my colleagues will be able to assist you in your questions, because I will not be able to see the chat and all. And also this part, there will be two components to it. One is the theoretical basis of it, and then another one is more of the practical side of things. So coming to the theoretical part of it, I would just like to mention that I know some of you are quite well versed already. You know, you've already explored on your own and things like that. So just please bear with me as I go through the introductory part of all this. Truly, yes, I see that you raised your hand, but if you have any question, as I mentioned, you can just put it in the Q&A or the chat box. Thank you. So let us begin with the widgets. So now I want you guys to actually think about widgets as the building blocks of your course. So it's like building a house, you know, you need cement, bricks, so on and so forth. So the widgets are here to guide you and to also help you in putting the course together. So what we can do here is that I will first run through the different contents of widgets that we have. So the first one that I would like to bring to your attention would be this, the core content. So for these widgets under this category, it will be more of, you know, adding text and then adding images. So this would be things like, for example, providing instructions to your students or to your learners, you know, what you would like them to do, or you would get them to discuss on different things. So this is where you actually use the, sorry. Yeah, so this is where you will use the text widget. So I will come back to the demonstration on how to do it later on. So for now, we'll just focus on this particular document just to share with you all what are the widgets that we have. So the next one would be white space. So white space, we normally use it for things like just trying to make a distinction, you know, between the instruction and also the activity that you want them to do. So it'll be more like for aesthetic purposes and also to group your the content of your text together. So yeah, that's when we actually use the white space. We also have video. So now this video, you can actually add the URL. As what Atika mentioned earlier, you can actually use it from the YouTube link or any other source of videos that you have, or maybe you can also upload your own videos that you have, you know, in your computer or in your hard drives and things like that. Okay, and then the next one, we have file widget. So this file widget, we currently support a lot of different types of files. So you can have PowerPoint, PDFs. Yeah, it can be viewed and downloaded as well by the learners and the participants. So yeah, and also we have audio widget. Now this is would be probably useful for those who are, you know, teaching musical course, or you know, you want learners to listen to a particular course, like maybe language program, you can actually use this widget as well to help you upload a snippet of the audio file that you would want your students or your learners to actually listen to, and then maybe to work on some assignments in related to that. Okay, so all in all, so this is the core content. Okay, so these widgets are your building blocks, like the ABCs to what you want to be doing later on for your course. So as we move on, okay. Now for this second part, is actually the core widgets. So the core widgets here, it's also depending on the posting part of it. Okay, because why this is also considered as a core is because we would like to encourage all of us here to be designing and to be creating courses that would enable learners to actually communicate with one another. You know, you want them to not just passively reading the content of your course, but you would also want them to participate actively. And also this would actually help to build the community of practice or community of inquiry where the learners would get to learn from one another. So that's why we have this posting as the core as well. So now for the posting, here you actually can have post text. So the post text here is that you allow the learners to actually share text to the gallery. Okay, I will talk about gallery in a bit, but this is for you to share text or for your learners to share text. So they can write their opinions, their comments, or to have discussion. So this is what you will be using to encourage that participation of it. Alternatively, you can also use the post image. So the post image here, it's more about, you know, art appreciation, for example, like maybe you are teaching a course on graphic design. Then you can actually get the learners to actually learn the different concepts of art or graphics, so that by putting this post image, it will actually help to solidify the content or the parts that you would want them to actually understand when it comes to designing or art or graphic. Yeah. And then another one would be to post file. So this would be very helpful for learners to actually upload certain kind of files. Like for example, you want them to work on an assignment on their own, and then you want them to upload the file to show that, you know, they have understood the concept. So that's why you'll be using the core posting as well, which is the post file. So again, the post text, post image, and post file, you can actually support different kinds of file types. So you can have PDF, or you can have PowerPoint, Word, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, another part of it is the core interactive prompts. So this one, we have checklists. So this is actually to get your learners to understand that there are certain things that they need to do, and then you want to highlight, okay, so have you done part A to this assignment or part B to this assignment? So once they have done that, you can actually get them to check in the checklist that you have provided. So yeah, and then you also have random selected. So now this is also considered as the core because this can be very useful when it comes to, like, for example, creating a situational base that you want your learners or your participants to actually think about it or to discuss about it. So having the random selector would be able to randomize, you know, the different kinds of options. Like for example, you have option A, which is to describe about your experience going through different things. Okay, like probably getting an ice cream, or maybe different experience of getting a car, for example. So when you randomize it, and then whatever that they get, then they will be discussing more about it. So all this, as I mentioned before, it's important to encourage the learners and the participants to be more interactive with one another, and you communicate more. And basically, it's not just going to be a course where you get them to just read and not do anything. So that's why I think that's why we have it categorized in such a way. Okay, so let me clear all this and I will move on. Okay, now for the fourth part here is that you can see where we'll be coming into widgets that are categorized as part of quiz. Because quiz, we understand that there are certain disciplines or there are certain nature of courses that would require quizzes, because after all, being able to assess the learners would be part of the achieving the learning outcomes of your course. So that's why quizzes are also an important component of building your course. So under quizzes, we have different kind of widgets. So as you can see, we have the multiple choice, which is quite a popular one. MCQ, everyone actually uses it, to assess the understanding of your learners. That's why I think I will not talk so much about that. But yeah, let's move on to the short answer widget. So this one, it will be like fill in, it's like you require them to sort of provide a very short answer because it's more like suggesting their opinion or maybe to get them to voice out their thoughts and things like that. So then you can actually use this. And then we also have fill in the blanks. And then we also have match it, where learners are asked to match different answers and things. And then we also have categorize and also crossword. Now for match it, I understand that perhaps some of us here are, teaching younger learners, so sometimes getting them to do online is also quite a challenge. We totally understand that. So by having this widget, which is the match it, then it will actually make it easier for them to be assessed or also to participate in the online course. Like you show pictures and then you like a picture of an apple and then there's the word apple, so you can get the learners to actually match into it. So it will actually be more interactive in that sense as well. Yeah, so that is about quizzes. Now there is an interesting widget here, which is the submit button. So if let's say we have a lot of questions that you are asking, normally, like for example, maybe tutorial questions, and you want to be able to assess your learners based on the correct questions, the correct answers that they have. So that's why we will advise you to actually have the submit button at the end after you have put in all your quizzes or all your different kind of questions that you would like to ask your students. So the submit button will automatically check all the correctness of the questions and also to give them a marks or a point, so that this is part of the assessment. So in short, what we are trying to say here is that you can use in combination of all these different kind of widgets. Yeah, but if let's say you have more than one, then just make sure that you pair it together with the submit button so that it will automatically check everything instead of doing it one by one in that sense. Okay. I hope all of you are following well so far. Yeah. Now, for the next part will be the beta. Okay, so these are the different kinds of widget that currently we are still testing, but you are also able to use it. Yeah, so for this, I will just be quickly explaining. So there's chat room, and then there's Microsoft Teams, and then there's also poll. Now for chat room, what we would recommend would be to use it, when you are creating groups. So you would want your learners or your participants to actually be discussing about a certain topic, and then maybe you are there to facilitate as well. So then having the chat room would also encourage that. Yeah, and also if let's say you're not there to facilitate, it's also okay because like I mentioned, we are trying to create an active learning community, community of practice and inquiry where learners get to learn from one another. So having this chat room would also help with that. And it's also very popular, among the younger generations, where they like to chit chat and then while they're doing their work and things like that. So this will actually help to facilitate that. And then you have Microsoft Teams. So those of you who have an account with that, you can also use this to schedule, live videos meeting. Like for example, those who have consultation sessions, that with different groups or with different individuals. If your classes or your courses are small in size, then you can actually have this as well. And then we also have polls where you are able to collect information, data analytics, from your learners. For example, if you guys are aware of the concept of flipped learning, so then you can use clickers or Mentimeter, So think of polls as that, but now in a virtual environment, okay, where you get to collect their thoughts and their feedback, and then you can also look at what they think about this particular question. Are they having problem with it or this particular topic? Yeah, so the poll is actually very useful in that sense. Okay. Okay, let us move on. Now, integration part. For this integration, we actually have two types, which is the HTML snippet and also the HTML5. So I will just talk briefly about this because this is slightly a little bit more advanced, and today's session it's more to the basic component of it. But this is still important because the HTML snippet would be able to be used if, let's say, you have a course on computer science, for example, and then you want to show the outcome, of your particular code that you have put it or inputted into the HTML. So then you can actually show it immediately, and your learners will be able to see, okay, the outcome of that particular code. So you can see it immediately, or you can also use this snippet to actually embed different things, like a different web page or different image and things like that onto the course as well. So this is actually very seamless. So you can just do that. Or you can also use the HTML5 where you can, like I mentioned, the URL, you can actually also embed it in, and then they will show a picture or a snippet of the entire website that you are encouraging your learners to go into to, for own readings or maybe additional assignments. Yeah, so they'll be able to do that as well. Probably if we have time, I'll be able to show you how we can upload a zip package using the HTML content. Okay, so stay tuned for the practical part of this. I'm almost coming to an end for the introductory of the widget, so bear with me. Now, moving on. Okay, so now this part, maybe I can just zoom in a bit, then you guys will be able to see it. Now, so there's this advanced widget. Okay, so under this, the collection part, we have gallery. So as you have experienced previously in the other practical tasks that Atika was asking all of us to be conducting and doing. So you can see that, the gallery would allow all of us to show the submissions so that we are able to look at other people's comment or other people's thoughts and process. And then we can like them, and then we can comment under it, and then we can have further discussion on that. So that is the reason why the gallery should come together with the sharing or the posting widgets in the core widgets. So that's why you have the post text, post image, post file, and post page. Yeah, so all this, you have to pair it together with the gallery so that other learners will be able to see what the other learners have already discussed or talked about. So again, this would help to create that kind of community, and also the active learning component of it. So yeah, so we can actually use that. And then we also have different kind of widgets where, as I mentioned, you have the code snippet. So this one will be able to, again, coming back, to those courses who are more of computer science or IT and things like that, you'll be dealing a lot with different codes. And also by using this, you can actually show the code. And then if you pair it with the other widget that I mentioned earlier, the HTML, then you can see the output of it immediately. So that's why, there's many different things that you can do when you pair different widgets together. So the next one would be more about group activity page. So for example, if let's say your course would require learners to do a lot of group activities, so maybe you can set it up right in the very beginning, like you can actually divide your learners into different groups, and then you can actually set up a group page so that they will do their discussion, they will be sharing their files or whatever that needs to be assessed. Yeah, they can do it from here as well. So that means you're as the facilitator or as the educator, you are providing a space for them to be doing online discussion and yeah, where they are able to share their ideas and to elaborate and to discuss more things. Yeah. And then here we also have post link and post page. Now, so these two widgets will actually again allow you to get your learners to do submission of any assignments or any activities that you want them to be doing. So sharing links here can probably link to an activity or a content where you would like them to share different resources, you know, publications or research materials and things like that. So again, because anything to do with posting, then I would like to just remind all of us to remember to pair it with the gallery. But of course, when you do any of the posting, the moment when you use this widget, it actually will come together with the gallery. But if for some reason you accidentally delete the gallery widget, you can always add it back. Yeah. Okay, and then let's move down further. Okay. So we have also share anything kind of widget. So this one, yeah, you may allow your learners to share any sort of things. They can share link, they can share image, they can share text. So there will be like a bar, and then the learners will be able to click on whichever format that they want to be sharing or posting. So that is that. And then for Subpage Index, now this one, it's for those courses that are quite large in nature. Like maybe you have like a whole particular course that you will be teaching, and it consists of many different chapters. So you can actually break it down into different subpages. And by having the Subpage Index, this will actually allow your learners to be able to keep track. You know, okay, these are the activities that I need to be doing in this particular subpage without getting confused or lost along the way. Yeah. And then we have survey. So survey, think of this as, you know, like your Google Forms and your Monkey survey, but those different things, you have to go outside of the OL platform and then you do it separately and then you come back to the OL platform. So, but by using this, you can actually straight away create a survey on the platform itself so that, you know, the entire learning experience will be more seamless. Yeah, so that's why we have this, and it's for us to, you know, keep track or maybe to gather some course feedback, you know, from the learners, like what do they think of the course, any areas of improvement, so on and so forth. Yeah, and last but not least, we have Twitter. So this is for those who, probably the example that I can think of would be, you know, if you're teaching mass communication or you are in the media field, you know, and you would like learners to be able to keep track, you know, with the up-to-date news that it's on Twitter, or, you know, there's some case study from Twitter that you would like your learners to be discussing about. So you can actually also use this. Okay, so I am done in introducing all the different widgets. So I will head back here. Now, so we have gone through all of this. So the core content, we have the posting part, interactive, so on and so forth. So we have covered all of this. If you have any question, as I mentioned earlier, I'm sorry that I can't see the chat for now. I'll be addressing it later when I stop sharing, or maybe my colleagues can help to address some of your questions as well. Now, we are now going to the practical part of it. So this part, I will be showing you how I normally do it. So a fun fact about myself would be I used to be a psychology lecturer. So tapping on that experience, I'm going to be using some contents that I have, when I was lecturing. So I will use those contents to actually share and to show you how we can actually put everything together. So the myth that all educators or course creators have, or even trainers, if some of you are from corporate, is that you can't reuse the content that you have. But that's not true, because actually you can, but it's just that it requires more purposeful and meaningful planning and thinking as to how your contents can be used or enhanced to better guide your learners and to better achieve the learning outcomes that you have. So as you can see here in this document, I would like to show you what I normally do. So right now, I have this document where I like to think of this as like a blank canvas. So I will put in, whatever thoughts that I have, how I want my course to be like and to sound like, and all the whatever materials that I have existingly. So I tend to put it all together into one document so that it will guide me to be aligned. And if you like, you can also put in the learning outcome so that you're constantly reminded that all these learning activities or all these learning contents, they are all aligned to the learning outcomes that you wish to achieve in your course. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys this. So now, this is my dummy course. So in my dummy course, or the course that you guys have just created, so you will have something that look like this, right? I'm going to show you how to actually remove all of this and to put in the widgets based on the document that I have created. Okay. So now, let me just show you this. So this part is where earlier on, Atika has already mentioned, there are different ways for you to be structuring your course content. You can use like course module sets or page and things like that. So this is actually based on the structural one, the most generic one and the most general one that a lot of us are using. So for today, I'll be showing two different pages. So let's start with the first page, which is the hello and welcome. So as you can see, it's empty. All right. So what we will be doing is that we'll be going through step by step how we're going to put in the different widgets that I've introduced early on to make into a content that would be helping me to achieve the learning outcomes of my course. So again, as I mentioned, because I used to lecture, so I'm tapping on that psychology experience. So I'm going to be using the content from the psychology. So I hope you guys are okay with that. But if you have any other content, feel free to do it as well. So yeah, first of all, you click the edit. That's where you will come to this page where you can see all the different widgets here. Excuse me, all the widgets here. And when you click this drop-down menu, you can see like there's quiz, beta, integration, and advanced. So this is where you'll find the other widgets that I've introduced earlier on. So now from this, because it's a hello and welcome page, so automatically you will start with the text widget because you need to be introducing and typing, and this is the way for us to be communicating with our learners. So coming back to my document here, as you can see, I've already drafted the things that I want to say or the script or instructions for my learners. So I'll just copy, Control C. Please don't use the right click because it doesn't work. So you have to use the keyboard Control and copy. Okay. And then it will be here like this. Okay. So you can actually do a lot of different things to it. Like for example, you can justify it or you can put it in the center and things like that. Okay. Yeah. So now for this, as you can see, this interface here, it's very user-friendly, and it's also something that we are all very familiar with. It looks quite similar to a Microsoft document, Word document, or a PowerPoint. Yeah. So we shouldn't be that difficult, to adjust and to change the different things. Okay. So now, but as you can see here, it looks kind of empty with just text. So I do not want that. So I'll just head on to the file. I'm sorry, I'll be switching from different screens so that I can show you. So as you can see here, I have different files. So I would like to add a banner for my page. So what do I do is that I'll go to Insert and Edit Image. Okay, when I click on that, then you can select a file, or you can also use from a URL. But yeah, I already have the file, so I'm just gonna select file. I'm sorry, you need to wait a little. My internet speed is not the best. Okay, so now, so I have images here, and then I have this banner. So I'm going to open it. Now, when I open it, I can actually also resize it. But yeah, so it's depending on what kind of size that you want your banner to be and things like that. So I would just put it to 600 because I think that's the best size. Yeah, and then when you go to styles, you can actually also put different requirements to it. You can make it round, or you can make it in the center. Yeah, things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as all of these different options. Okay, you can see, so it will look something like this. So now, once if you are happy with this, then you can just click done. But because in this page, I have different documents or different files that I would like my learners to actually go through on their own. So like, for example, based on my teaching experience, we have things like course outline, and then you have weekly teaching plan, and then you have assignment guidelines, so on and so forth. So what I do is that I would like to include a file. So you can just highlight this, and then you can just insert link. Okay, if you have any, then you can just put the link there. But if let's say you want to sort of upload it, I will be able to show you as well. So I'll just click this here. Okay, now, okay, so you have this. So then I will add file. Okay, then go to setup, and then you can click and drag your files here. So as I mentioned, I have different files. Okay. And then I want to be adding another different file. Okay, and another one. Or you can just drag the whole thing, and yeah. Okay, so it will look like done. And it will look like this. So this is the assignment guideline, then you have the course outline, and you have the weekly teaching plan. Yeah. Okay, but if let's say I don't want them to see the preview, I just want it to be a link. So you can just hide the preview. You go back to setup, you hide the preview, and then yeah, so it'll be just like this. Or another way is that I can copy this link. Okay, and then I can go back to this, highlight this part, the course. Oh, sorry, that's not this assignment guidelines. So I can just hide here, and I can just, okay, and then it will be like this. Oh, sorry. For this, okay, when you put the link, you can actually click this. This file is a download. So what will happen would be, okay, let's see, I'm just showing you one. Okay, remember to go back to view so that you can save everything. Okay, so now this is how it will actually look like. And if I click on this, then it will automatically be downloaded. So you can do it like multiple ways, depending on what you need. Okay, so yeah, that now. Okay, once I'm done with that part, okay, so I also have, okay, so this is like a introductory thing that I want the learners to know and to download files and all. And you can also include, like, if you have any lecture notes, or if those of you who are trainers, if you have any handouts, you can also actually include this as well as part of here. Okay. Now, I would like to also show you that, okay, this is just the introductory part of it. So if we add white space, I want to create a distinction between the introductory welcoming text and the files and the next activity that I want the learners to be doing. So let's say, for example, I want it to be big enough so that learners don't get confused. Okay, so let's say 50. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add another text here, because this is a text. See? Yeah, so I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to add text. Now, so I'll be pasting this here. Okay. I hope you guys are okay and I'm not going too fast. Okay. So the outcome will be like this. So you can see there's a gap, in between of the content. So you know that now we are talking about different things, but alternatively, you can also sort of go back to edit, and then maybe you can put a heading, like for example, you can just put like and then you can bold it, put it in the center, and then the format here, you can actually do different things. Like for example, you can put it like a different header size, yeah. So, okay, and I want this to be in a different color to match it. So let's say for example this. Okay, so now it will look like this. Ta-da! Okay, but this page is not done because I want the learners to go into this web page and to do the personality test. Because what's fun about psychology is that you learn, about your own personality. And this is actually a great way to kickstart, your class and get everyone be open and communicative. So yeah, by doing something that is in relation to the topic or to the course that you are doing. So because this is a psychology, and it will be no fun if, let's say, we don't do something about psychology testing. So now that we have this, but it's not ready because the students will not be able, or the learners will not be able to post anything. So that's why we have to head back to edit. And now here, I want to add this post text. Okay, so here is where your learners will be able to share, because there are two activities, as in two questions, like what is your MBTI? Do you agree? Yeah, so on and so forth. So now to set up the posting, you click to set up, and then this will be a title, for example, MBTI personality test. So instead of share your thoughts, because if let's say you can't think of any label, don't worry, because you already have this and it will be automatically generated. Share your thoughts, but I don't want that. So I want to be share your. Okay, And then here, you can also have different options as to how you want the text to be, whether it's formatted or it's just plain text. Okay, and then you can also set a word limit. Yeah, but I won't be doing that. Okay, so like for example, here is an input template. This will sort of like give an indication to your learners what should they be texting or putting it in. So as I mentioned, because I have two questions here, so I can go back to the document, copy it, then I'll just paste it. So you can actually change this, like maybe you want to restructure it, like one prior to this, MBTI is dot, dot, dot. Okay. Then you can also change this. Do you agree or disagree? Yeah, with the results and why? Okay. So we click done. Now, as I mentioned earlier, whenever you include any of the posting widgets, the gallery will come together with it. Okay, so this is important because it will then be able to showcase what your learners have done, and everyone can actually have a look at it, and then they can comment, and that is how we create this active community where everyone is learning from one another. Okay, and for the gallery, you can also set it up. For example, this is a MBTI. Okay. Oh, and you also have like, sorry, save that. You also have different completion settings. So for the gallery, normally we don't really track anything, but it's also again up to you and up to your learning outcome, your course learning outcome. So the same thing goes to here, the post text, where you can also ensure that the learners need to post some text. Then it will be considered that they have done it, and it will contribute to the progress bar up here. Okay, but automatically by default it will already be checked as they need to track the learner. So how they're going to track it is that when the learner posts a text, then you'll be considered as you have completed the assignment. Yeah. So now this is when you go back to the view page, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, so you have the banner, and then you have the introductory text, and then you have file where they can click on the links to download it. And then there's some ice-breaking activities where they can click on the link, and then it will guide them to the web browser or you can actually make it part of the page as well through the HTML widgets. Yeah, and so this is how it looks like, because just now I've modified the post text. So now it's known as MBTI personality test, share your combination, and then this is just to guide or to give a prompter for the learners to know what they should be answering in case they miss it up here on the top. So when you type, then you can just click on this, then they will just be able to type whatever that they want to, and then when they click next, they will be posted on the gallery, so you can see that the collections of MBTI, and they can see the different posting, like what Atika did earlier with all of you. So yeah, okay. I hope everyone is okay with this. Yeah, so that is done for the hello and welcome. I don't think we have enough time to show you another one. Yeah, because we still have more to go. But yeah, so my advice or my tips to be sharing with all of you would be when it comes to creating a particular page or to putting in all your contents together. The widget is actually very powerful in that sense, and our platform is also very powerful to support all of this and to make the entire learning experience for your learners to be a seamless one. that's why I think it's important for us as course creator, educators, trainers, to really be mindful and to think about how would you want to design your course and how would you want to put all the contents together. Because I'm sorry that, the examples that I've given, it's pretty much related to academic because of my experience. But for those who are, doing this for yourself or, for the trainer, actually the same concept applies, especially when it comes to the learning environment. So we want to be creating a learning community and an environment where the learners are able to interact with one another and also to learn from one another. Because I think that being an educator, it doesn't mean that we have to always be, in the front line telling them this and that. Because sometimes for learners, discovering on their own and to learn on their own is also actually something very good. But it all depends on how we as the course creators are thinking about all these contents, and also, what is the purpose of including all these activities. Yeah, and also like, for example, like you have tutorial questions, how is it going to be? And then those of you probably who are into flipped learning, where you want the learners to be looking at the materials first, and then when it comes to the cost, then it will be more about doing it on their own. So it can also be done. But what we need to be more clear is that how we want the cost to be and what is the outcome of it, and how we can actually benefit the learners from this entire content, putting it together. So yeah, I think that's all from my end here. I'll pass back the time to Atika, and yeah, hopefully I can answer some of your questions because I saw there are quite a number of chats and questions. So back to you, Atika.
Thanks, Elena. I'm not sure if I missed it. Did you mention about taggings?
Oh yes, taggings. Okay. Do I still have time?
Yeah, sure. You can use.
Okay. So if let's say I have time, then probably I can show all of you about the tagging part of it. Okay. So coming back to this. Okay, coming to this, if you go back to the edit page, okay, when you scroll all the way to the bottom, then there's this text. Okay, just to recap a little bit, initially you guys were doing the learning outcomes, and then you have different taggings and all those. So actually you can also tag each of the pages and the activities with that as well. Like for example, the learning outcome initially is to okay, so when you put the tag here, then it will automatically link to that learning outcome, and whatever that you're doing here in the activity, if it's assessment based and all, then you can also put the same learning outcome as what you did here, so that now all your activities are actually aligned. All your activities, your pages, they are all aligned to the learning outcome that you have set earlier. So yeah, I hope that is clear for everyone, so that we don't get confused. And sometimes if you don't do the tagging, then it will not be very clear as to what belongs to what. And the whole objective is that we want to be ensuring that we have the learning evidence for our learning outcome, intended learning outcome. Yeah, so back to you, Atika. Thank you for reminding on that.
Oh, sure. Let me just answer this one question. All right. Thank you, Elena. So
thank you. I hope it was okay for everyone and everyone was able to follow along. Sorry that if my examples are more towards the academic point of view, but yeah, so I hope it was fruitful for everyone, and yeah, I'll head it back to Atika because there's still a few more pages to go. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Okay. So I just wanted to add a bit of things from Elena's sharing. So there's also a question by Hari Krishnan here, where he asks if you have any problems in while you're creating a course on your own, and if you have any problems, would there be any support, right? So yes, there is a support to help you if you stumbled into any problems or technical problems while you're creating a course. So in your course, you should actually have this blue button. In this course, in this workshop course, you would not see this blue button because you're not the admin for the course. So in your own course, if you go to your own course, you actually will see this blue button. So this is actually a chat box. This is our support team at the end, where you can just chat them to ask them any question, any technical questions, and any guides or tips to our support team. They're actually quite fast uh, on this chat. So if you have any questions or anything that you need help with, you can just chat with them. Um, they can actually even guide you step by step if you need any help. So don't worry if you feel like you get stuck in the middle of a problem while you're creating a course. You can just ask our support team. But also be mindful, these are real humans. So please be nice to them. And also, because we have a limited number of customer success team, sometimes it will not be as fast as you might think. So please be patient with us. Just reach out to us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. All right. So, okay. So another thing that uh, I would also like to add is Elena mentioned about tagging. So the reason why tagging is important is here is, as I mentioned, our platform is an outcome based platform, and by tagging your activities and your pages, this will help you to navigate your the submissions of your students, and also align your contents and pages. So whenever you create a page or anything, you can know which outcome it is aligned to, and does this fit the outcome that you have it for your course. So I've also mentioned this before. If it doesn't fit the bill, it's not part of your outcome. con- Try to consider to put this as an extra content, and or maybe omit this from your course, because if you have something that is not part of your outcome, this might be a little bit too much for your learners, and this might confuse them. All right. So try to consider that, and by having taggings, this will help you to align all your contents and activities to your outcome. Okay. All right. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear on Elena's demonstration. But if not, feel free. If you want to know more about widgets, you can just click on this link here. You can know more about all of the widgets that we have. Um, some like this. These are beta. So beta widgets are safe to use, but just be mindful that they might have bugs or slight interruptions. But so far, I have used them without a problem. So just be mindful, if it have bugs, it's because it's still in beta. All right, and you also have integrations, HTML snippets, HTML5. If you're good at coding, you can code, you can actually embed XAPI contents on the platform itself, so that your learners don't have to go into other pages. And
Sorry to pick
also,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, speaking about that, it's a shame that I don't have enough time to show all of you because actually I wanted to demonstrate, how seamless and powerful it is to actually be using this. It's very interactive and it can also help learners to have a more engaging learning experience. So maybe next time. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. And also, hopefully, we get to see Elena in action using that in the next time. Okay. Another thing I want to highlight is that for quiz widgets, for now, this is answering question for Eng, uh, where for the question, we actually don't have question bank for our quizzes. So you need to type it out and put in all your questions in, and the answers. But our quiz widgets are also having an upgrade soon. I'm not gonna promise you when, but they are having an upgrade. So you could be seeing uh, a change in our quiz widgets. I'm not sure when. I cannot promise when because I don't know when. So sorry about that, but just to let you know that change is coming soon. Okay. I am going to the next page because I think we're a bit behind. You can update your pages on your own time. So you can just update one or two pages and see and let us know if you have any problems. Okay. Uh, okay. Also, there's a quick tip here. For the taggings, it can only be done on post widgets. So if you're using quiz widgets, you can only tag the page. So if you want to use this for assessment, uh, just remember that you can only tag post widgets. But if it's a quiz widget, you can only tag the page, right? Okay, right. We'll go to the next page, which is beautifying your course. We're nearly the end, guys. Okay, so how to beautify your course? It's always usually by visuals. So before you set your course online, we always recommend that you ensure your course is ready. So besides the contents and the activities, the course also needs to look good. So here are some things that you can do to beautify your course, which are changing the banner, which are up here, changing theme and background color. So the theme is here, this blue color, and the background is this gray color that I have. Maybe it's white. And then also uploading the course and page thumbnails. So if you are using one of the sample courses that we have provided, you can get the sample banners and thumbnails over here. Um, some thumbnails, course thumbnails over here, and just download it for you to use. If you don't have any images, there are a lot of free stock photo sites available online. Some of the recommended sites that we use are Pexels, Pixabay, Unsplash, and Community Articulated. So some of these are free to use, good quality, and royalty free images. Royalty free, but some of it you need to attribute the creator. So if you need to, please remember to uh, put in the attribute for the creator, right? So also a tip. So consistent visuals strengthen your brand identity. So try to create consistency by setting the colors to your course to reflect your brand. So like our course, it's mainly blue, pink, and teal. So that's what we're going for our course. So try to have your own brand for your course so that it's not it will be consistent. All right. Okay. So now I want you to well, you can also do this on your own time, but what I want you to do for your course is change the banner, change the theme and background color, upload the course thumbnail, and upload the page thumbnail. I just realized I haven't showed you how to do this. I was going too fast. Okay, so let's go one by one. So first, you need to change the banner, right? So to change your banner, go to course setup, appearance. Okay, so here we have the course banner. Course banner. So to change your course banner, just click change and put in the images that you have. Okay, if you're wondering about sizes for the banner, here the eye, besides it, you have the dimension. The recommended size is 2340 by 340 pixels. So it will follow the sizing and the pixels just nice. So the one that we have over here is following the recommended size. Okay. If you already have a name on your banner, you can just hide the course banner name here. Like for example, this one, show course name on banner. So because the banner is blank, it shows the course name on here. But if I untick this because like for example, I have already made the banner with the course name, I can just untick this to hide the course banner. Okay, so that's on course banner. So to change the theme and background color, it's also under the same page, which is just below the course banner. So to change the theme color, you can just click on this and find your theme color. You can just choose here and find out what suits you best. Or if you already have a brand color, you can just put in the code that you have. All right. And then just choose and just click close. Like for example, let me just click that. For example, I'm using this. Sorry, this. Okay. And then I click close. It updates it automatically. And then if a background color, I'm just gonna put it maybe something purple so that you can see how background color looks. Okay. Okay. So it shows your background color. So instead of background color, you can also put in an image. But I don't really recommend to put image because you cannot see it anyway. Okay. All right. So that's the theme and background color. And now uploading the course page and the course and page thumbnails. So for course page, a course thumbnail, you have to find it under course setup and general. So under here, under general, this is the course thumbnail where you can change it. So just click change thumbnail here and put in your image, upload your image. So the sizing, you can find it just beside here, which is 600 over 400 pixels, right? Okay, so the thumbnails, these actually are shown when you have your course on the marketplace or on your portal page. So for example, course thumbnail reflects, it's not on the landing page. The landing page has a different image or video, but for course thumbnail, it's, for example, I'll show you. These are the marketplace. So these are the course thumbnails. So whenever people see the name of your course, they will also see the course thumbnail. So some institution have opt to put in free here in the thumbnail so that people know that it's a free course. Like this one. Right away off the bat, they know that it's a free course. Okay. So most of these courses are actually free, but this is they use this to just highlight right away that it is a free course. Okay, so this is how you change the course thumbnail. But what about the page thumbnail, right? So the page thumbnail, you can do this by going to every page one by one, or my way is to go to course setup, content, and under here, because you can see all of your contents, right? I just go to edit page, and just change up here. And when it's under edit page, I can just click on the ones that I wanted. Click the image, and now it's changed. And when I click save and close, it's already changed here as well. Oh, it's not here. Okay, let me try on the contents one. Same way. Go to edit page. Okay, and then save and close, and you can already see. So when you're putting in your contents, I don't recommend you to use edit page to put in your contents, because if you accidentally click outside of the pop-up box, it closed and it didn't even save. So to be safe, use view page to put in your contents and activities to design your page, because it's more stable. Plus, if you accidentally close, it will have a pop-up asking you, are you sure you want to leave the page without saving? Okay. So edit page is mainly used if you have minor changes. So that's why I'm using edit page to just change page thumbnails. So it's easier and fast, so I don't have to go page by page, one by one look. So yeah. So that is how you change your page thumbnails. Okay. Background, banner, course thumbnail, page thumbnail. Okay. So now you can do this on your own. I think I'm gonna go to the next page because we're a bit out of time here. Okay. We're nearly there, guys. All right. So these are the final settings that you need to do before you finish your course, set your course online. So you need to set up your course. You have your landing page, you have your contents done. You need to set up your course. So in setting up your course, there are a few roles that you have to be mindful of. Oops, sorry. So the roles that we have are 5 roles. So we have admin, facilitator, assessor, assessment designer, and student. So an admin is basically everything. The course creator is by default the admin of the course. So the admin can control everything. They can control who can come in. They can edit and remove contents, create activities, manage the course settings, add, edit, and remove other users and roles within the course. So admin is the most powerful role that you have in a course. And then you have a facilitator. So a facilitator can only access the administer student tab, which is this one, Administer Learners, and has the ability to enroll the students, check the students' progress and engagement, set up and remove enrollment questions, and manage the course timeline. So a facilitator cannot edit the contents and cannot add other roles. They can just facilitate the course and manage the students. Okay, and then you have assessor and assessment designer. So this role go hand in hand. So usually, although it's a different role, I usually set the same person as both assessor and assessment designer. So an assessor is the one that assess the students on the assessment tab and has the ability to review and evaluate the students' work via the reports created by the assessment designer. And the assessment designer is the one that can assess the assessment tab and has the ability to create assessment report and customize the alignment of activities to the learning outcome. So that's why I usually have the same person for assessment designer and assessor, because usually assessment designer create the reports and also do the assessment for the learners as well. Okay, and finally, you have the students or the learners where they can only participate and view the contents of the course. They are not able to change, modify, or assess the course. The course. So a student only. All right. Okay. So now that you get the idea of what are the roles, let's take a look at how to set up how to invite course administrators and other roles. So if you are planning to have more administrator, my suggestion is not to have too many administrator, but if you do plan to have more administrator in your course, uh, go to course setup and go to advanced. So administrator, all the roles that you have set up have to have an educator account as well. They cannot just be a student account. They have to have an educator account. So for example, let me find Elena. I can just try to find Elena by her username, which I know this is her. But like for example, if I just find Elena, there's a lot of Elena here. So to make it easier, I can find her by finding her email. So this is the only one with this email. So I can just add her to this course. Okay, so this is how you have more than one administrator. But be mindful, the reason why I said I try not to have too many administrator, because even though if you're the course creator, other course administrator can still kick you out of the course. So Elena can actually kick me out of my own course. So let me just kick her out first. Okay. This is a this is a bad course anyway, so let's not have her more cost. Okay, so that is just administrator. So what about the other roles that I've mentioned? So for the other roles, to set it up, for setup, you have roles over here. Okay, so just the same as how I found Elena in administrator, I can add her here, openlearning.com, and set her as do I want her to just be a facilitator, or I can also set her to be all of the roles. She can facilitate, she can assess, she can create the report design, she can do all of that for my course, except that right now she's not an admin. So she can do all of the other roles except for the administration part, admin part. Okay, so the same here. If you're not, you don't want this user anymore, you can just click remove. All right. Okay, so that is on inviting course administrators and other roles. What about learners? So learners will be under learners, of course, administer learners. So as I mentioned, if your course is public, yeah, actually, yes. If your course is public or access code, the learners can join the course on their own. You can still invite them into the course, but they can do so on their own. But if you have manual enrollment, your course type is manual enrollment, means that you have to put them into the course. So to do this, only course facilitator and course admin and course facilitator can invite the learners. So, but you also have to make sure that the course is online before putting in your learners, because if even if you have invited and put them in, if the course is offline, it will say that the course is unavailable, right? So to invite your learners, just go to administer learners, go to learners. Oh, I forgot to put it online. I said to put it online and I forgot to do it myself. Okay, let's put you. Okay, put myself online. Sorry, I'm going a bit too fast. Okay, my course is now online. And then learners. So actually I have Elena because I remove her as other roles. They automatically become my students. So let me try to remove her first. Okay, so I can enroll learners by email. So I just can click here, enroll learners here, and then I can put Elena at openlearning.com. So I can just click enroll, or if I want to notify them, I can send an email, click here to send an email to notify the learners that they have been invited into the course. So this one is just for if I have one person. But if I have multiple people to put in, I can just click that and put in all the emails that I wanted. Elena at openlearning.com. Chandru at openlearning.com. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna click send email. I can actually put in multiple emails up to let me see. I think up to 500 if I'm not mistaken. There was a yes. Put them into the course. So uh I can have up to 500 emails in there and just enroll them all. So if they already have an Open Learning account, they will automatically be in the course. If not, they will get an email notifying that they have to create an account in order to join the course. Okay. Okay. So that is adding your learners in. Okay, and then we have designing your course certificate. So remember earlier we only enable the certificate credential. Sorry, this is updated. We recently just changed a lot of our wordings. So to enable to design your course certificate, you can go to the same tab, credentials, and go to appearance. So since you have already set it up, I have not. Pre-save. Okay. Okay. So these are the templates that you have. And then you can upload the logo and put in the custom text. And once you have that, you can put in your signature, have your digital signature copy, and put in the image over here and put in the teacher's information. So once you have all that, you can preview it first and then save. Okay. So it's very easy for you to set up your certificate or credentials. Okay. And all right. So now is the the part where a lot of you guys wanted to know, class spacing. So you the class spacing, you can actually choose a suitable class spacing for your course. So there's three options for you to choose from, or open MOOC, self-paced, and scheduled. So open MOOC is that it's open. All the contents are open. They students can go from topic 1 to topic 3 without even going to the middle part. That's open MOOC. They can just view whatever they want anytime. Um, Self-paced, if you're using self-paced, uh, this is where the modules are the next modules are locked uh, unless the learners have finished the previous modules. So if you have like 3 modules, the learners just finish module 1 and then they can go to module 2, and once they finish module 2 they can go to the module 3. So they have to follow a pace uh, for in order for them to complete the whole course. Okay. Aish. And then you have schedule. So schedule is where you set the schedule of when the modules are open. So this one is usually used by a lot of educators, academic courses, where they opened it by week. So you can just set this up by week. So let me show you how this works. It is under Administer Learners and Timeline. So when you go to Timeline, and under the class access time, you'll see class spacing. So by default, it's open MOOC. So our workshop course is actually open MOOC because you you can go to all of the pages anytime. So for self-paced, like I mentioned, they have to complete the previous module in order to go to the next module. Okay. If it's scheduled, you can also set the same as self-paced, but you can also set the timing of when the modules are open. So for example, I have, hmm, like for example, I'm just dragging this right now. It's, oh, what? October. Okay, so for example, I'm opening this in October 3rd, 2021. So contents, right now it says it's closed and it opens when, right? So you can use this to set your timeline for your modules. If, for example, you have a specific page you want to set the access date, you can use the page due dates and access time. So you can just search the page. Let me clear this. Okay. For example, I'm using topic design 1. Okay, design 1. It won't let me. Hey. Okay, now it's okay. So you have due dates and access time. So if you want to set the access time, you can just unclick this and set when the students can access this and also when it is closed. So for example, it's today. I'm going to close it. Just, yeah. So if you see this page, this activity was closed. So it was already, it was open yesterday and now it's closed because it's past the time. So learners cannot go into the page beyond that time already. So this works well for those who wants to set a certain page access time for the page. So you also can set due dates, but due dates only work where they flag student submissions as late. So if you have assignments where you want the students to send in before 12 today or anything, you can set this. But even after that date, after that time, they can still submit, but you will know that they have submitted late. Okay, so that is for page due dates and access time. All right, and then you also have badges. So aside from certificate, you can also set badges uh, to your learners, to your course. So OpenLearning has a range of features for creating and issuing badges for students. Badges can be created by the course admin and then issued automatically or manually by the facilitator or teacher. So yeah, you can go through the articles here to see how you can create the badges. But um, just to let you know, you can just go to course setup and community to create your badges. Okay. Okay. So now you need to now that you have all the settings, review your course before it goes online. So it is strongly recommended to conduct a final check uh, before making your course accessible to online learners. So you can double check if you missed any contents or activities, include relevant images, icons, infographics, and other visual elements to create a positive feeling for your students. Ensure that your tone, instruction, and language throughout the course are friendly and easy to understand. Ensure your writing is free from grammar and spelling errors. One more thing I need to highlight is that ensure it's free from plagiarism as well. Check if all videos and audios are working. Ensure no blank links. Ensure all posting widgets have gallery widgets. Make your page sequence in a way that is appealing and easy for your students to understand. Okay, so for this, you can actually use the course setup checklist as a guide for your quality review. So to find a course setup checklist, course setup checklist, you can just go to course setup and go to setup wizard. We actually have a like step 1, step 2, step 3. So you can use this course setup checklist to see if you've done everything that you need to for your course. Okay. All right. So that is for course settings before you set up your course online. So yeah, great news, everyone. You're nearly ready to open your course. So now is the time for you to buff and polish your course. Check if everything is in order. Remember to follow the tips and tricks that you have learned in the workshop. So things for you to remember. Make sure that you have your landing page ready and have set up your learning outcome. Tag your pages and activities to help you navigate and assess your course better. Your course plan is your buddy. Don't stress on your course structure too much. Plan it out early so that your course development journey will be a breeze. Try to have more than one content resources for your pages. Include not just video or text in that one page, but other resources as well. But remember not to overcrowd your page as well. Free TCO sites are a blessing. So please use it well. Stay away from Google Images and make sure you credit the owner of the images if needed. Make sure all your settings are in order, that your course is online, timeline is set, class settings are updated, certificate and badges are set up, all your contents and activities are tested beforehand. And finally, have fun. It's not just your learners that should have fun while taking your course, you should too. So don't overstress on your course and just take it easy, okay, everyone? Okay, so once you have finalized everything in your course and check that everything is in order, feel free to share the link to your course for us to review and give our feedback. So your course doesn't need to be 100% complete, because some people have really big course, but it would be great if it is. But nevertheless, try to complete, for those who want us to review your course, try to complete the landing page information. Set up at least one module with a minimum 2 pages with contents and activities in. The course beautification are completed or updated. For the course setting, make sure that it is online. Set up the timeline and class spacing if applicable. If your course is a private course, please add me in as one of your learners so that I can explore your course. Your submission for this will be part of the assessment and for your certification and badges. But also don't worry, the submission will be private to only you and me, all right? Okay, so you just put in your links to your course in here once you're ready and have put up all the information in. Okay, all right, last page, guys. So thank you, and thank you guys for joining. But before you go, uh, I have a few things to highlight. So what's next after this? So as I mentioned earlier, we have 3 more workshops in this program. In this program, the next workshop will be coming up in the next month. So I would like to have Elena to brief you on a bit about this upcoming workshop, as she will be hosting the next workshop.
Yes. Hi again, everyone. Yeah, so as we mentioned earlier, this ambassador program, so there'll be 3 different series to this batch. Okay, so this is the second one. So the third one will be conducted by myself and our other colleagues, which is Shaliza. So what we'll be focusing more on the third course would be more about how we can create activities that are more engaging or that there's interesting and also in accordance, to what we want the learners to be learning and also to be aligned, with your learning outcomes. So we'll be focusing more on how we could create the social learning, the constructivism within the activity itself. So look forward to that. And before you go, I think there is a poll that we have that we would like to kindly ask all of you to please let us know. I think, Atika, will you be launching the poll?
Let me see. Yes, let me.
Yeah, so I will hand it to Atika. So there is this poll now that should be popping up on the screen. So please put in your thoughts, whether you would like us to contact you or not. And then we will contact you further through email. Yeah, so back to Atika.
All right. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that poll open for now. Okay, so for those who might have missed our first workshop, uh, you can still join the workshop actually. We have recorded the session and we have put up the video for your viewing pleasure. So you can join the workshop, participate in the activities, and also watch the videos if you need to. But the workshop is designed for you to be able to do this on your own as well. So you don't need to watch the video if you don't want to, because you can go through all the contents and activities on your own as well. So if you want to join the workshop, you can just click on the link over here. All right. Okay. So then now I just have some reflection, some question that I wanted to ask you. So we would like to know what you think about the whole session. Uh, you can share what you like about the session and what part is the most beneficial for you. So this would actually help us for the upcoming workshop as well. Okay, so you can put in your thoughts in the space here under the reflection station here. Okay, and once you have done that, we also have a feedback feedback form that we wanted to ask you. So this feedback form is more slightly detailed. So we would like to know what your thoughts about our workshop and about us as well. So please click on this link here, icon here, and it will lead you to the feedback form. Okay. Uh, so okay, wait. Okay. So if you have done all of that, I guess we are actually done. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I would like to have Chandru to open up his camera because he's been also helping us to answer questions with that you guys have answered. Mashita is actually not available right now. So if Chandru is available to open uh, your camera and say hi or and goodbye to everyone, you can. Oh,
uh, Hi
yeah.
guys. Sorry. I can't open my camera because I am some internet issue. So thank you for a lovely introduction. Okay, and I'm looking forward to meet you all of you also in our next session, as well as my fourth session, which I will be hosting. Okay, about how to set up the assessment. So that's it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Chandru. I forgot to mention that we have a session at 3 p.m. With Chandru, where he will talk about micro credentials. So if you're interested to know more about micro credentials and open learning, you can join our session on 3 p.m. It's on our Facebook page, and also it will be streamed on YouTube as well. So just find open learning. You should find our stream at 3 p.m. Also, if you have any questions, you can ask in the course, where we also provide email address if you have further questions that doesn't relate to the course. And I have set up a tab for guide and resources if you want to know more um, about the course, about setting up the course. We have few videos under there as well, where it I have a video on setting up modules, setting up your course, creating your course, and also some videos on free authoring free tools, yeah, free beautification tools that's available online. So you can check out all the resources on the guides and resources tab in the course. Okay, so I guess that's it. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us for this session. I hope to see you guys, to see all of your courses in the course once you're done, and also hope to see you in the next workshop, which
Yes,
Alina and Shalisa will be conducting.
yes. Thank you everyone for joining us today. So just want to sort of like highlight on the takeaway from this session would be we hope that we have demonstrated how powerful the platform is, and that we do not need to be worried about the different disciplines and things like that, because as I mentioned earlier, the platform, the widgets will be able to sort of support, literally like different kinds of discipline within the nature of your courses. Like even if you have a mathematical course, we can also actually use the widget to support that as well. So I'm sorry that we don't have enough time to go into very detail about the widgets, but all in all, we hope that you are able to witness, how fluid and how flexible the platform is, and that, creating courses is actually fun, you know, and it's very interesting, like what Atika mentioned earlier. So it's all about thinking and designing it to be meaningful and purposeful, and also in aligning, you know, to your course outcome and your expectation. So we hope that you guys have had an enjoyable time with us. Thank you for spending 3 hours plus with us today. Yeah, so hope to see you guys in the OL timer session later at 3 p.m. Thank you.